Everyone, welcome to CFC Fan TV. Charlie here. I thought I'd pop up and say hello. What a weekend we had. I really wasn't expecting Chelsea to win the cup after our terrible performances in the league the last two games, and I'm so pleased we did. I had such a good day. I think me and Rory ended up drinking champagne in some nightclub. It was very good day. Hello everyone, nice to see you all. And yeah, I just wanted to chat really. I wanted to talk about the rest of us. I wanted to talk about our season as a whole. I want to talk about the FA Cup, and I want to talk about the manager situation and any transfers. Um, People saying Sarri confirms Chelsea. I'll top off Charlie's. Yeah, it's already started. Well, 42 seconds in, I've got people ask me to take my top off. Um, the manager situation is clearly the biggest thing at the club. I'm not sure it will be Sarri. I think it's more likely to be Luis Enrique. Keep it on. Headshots got it right. I think it's more likely to be Luis Enrique. I think Sarri. Don't get me wrong. There's a big chance Sarri does leave Napoli, and there's a big chance he does come to Chelsea. But for me, it represents too much of a risk. I mean, yes, he's played wonderful football. Yes, the Napoli's pressing style is fantastic. But I just feel that do we need someone with a more proven track record? I personally think so, with a more proven track record of winning at big clubs. And yeah, does Sarri have that? I'm not so sure, but I think that Napoli have done really well, and I know that he's kind of talking to Napoli about his future. There was rumours he signed a new contract. That's not happened. And De Laurentiis, who's the Napoli chairman, he's come out today and said, look, Sarri needs to make his mind up because they need to plan for the future as well. A lot of people here saying Conte should stay. I find that really interesting myself. I personally think that whether he should stay or not is sort of irrelevant because he won't. And I think the reasons that he won't stay and the reasons that he probably shouldn't stay are not anything to do on the pitch, really, at all. And I think that the relationship at the club between the hierarchy and the management is not a tenable situation. It's not a situation that anyone at the club wants to carry on. I think Gary Cahill, after the cup finals, said they're obviously aware of the uncertainty that surrounds the future of the club, and it's no good. It's no good for anyone. And obviously it was great to win the cup, but for our long-term future it needs to be sorted out. There was a great piece, obviously I would say this, but there was a great piece by Martin Samuel in the Mail this morning, which said that even though obviously it was a fantastic day for the fans, that the mood around Chelsea is a little bit hollow and it's a little bit empty because the future's so uncertain, and I think that's what really needs to happen. People saying Bale to Chelsea. I'd love Gareth Bale to come to Chelsea. I think someone like Martial is more likely in that position. I think if Zidane stays at Real Madrid, I think Bale could leave, but he's had a very good couple of games. He's had a very good couple of games for Real. He's in the running to start the Champions League final, which is obviously a huge deal. We really hope, obviously, they win that against Liverpool. What's going on with Willian now? This adds to the mood around the club, really. I thought this was really poor from Willian. If you haven't seen it, Willian's Instagram story after the cup final, he did the old team shot, everyone celebrating with the cup, but he put a load of emojis blocking out Conte because obviously there's a lot of beef there, which has sort of come out in the last couple of weeks. But and I understand him having reservations about Conte. I think Willian's been a good player for Chelsea, but I just feel like that's your boss. That's your boss, and the day for the club is meant to be about coming together, winning the cup with a very good performance. And I thought that was really immature and really poor. And I think no matter what the future holds, I don't think that bodes well for him long term. He's a senior player. He's a good player. He's a good Chelsea player, and it's, for the most part anyway. And it's no good to be seeing things like that. It's not good for the club. It's not a Watford shirt. It is the 1983-84 away shirt. It's not a Watford shirt. Thoughts on Morata and Fabregas missing the Spain squad? Well, frankly, look at the players Spain have. they don't. I don't think either of them deserve to be in it. I mean, not that it's really anything to do with me, or that I pretend to watch every Spanish player really really closely. But I mean, you can't say that Morata is better than a few of the strikers that they've got. Especially the ones that have been performing in La Liga. Even lesser, supposedly lesser player like Iago Aspas has been fantastic. And Fabregas, personally, I don't see a huge future for him at Chelsea. I think that I think his time's come to an end. I really do. And yeah, look, I mean, you look at the quality Spain have in midfield. I don't really blame them for not picking Fabregas. I mean, I wouldn't pick Fabregas for Chelsea, let alone Spain. So, I can see why they didn't pick him. The disappointing one, not disappointing. I mean, I don't really mind, but the provisional squad anyway had Marcos Alonso in it, and he just got cut at the last hurdle. So Azpilicueta is Chelsea's only representative in the Spain squad. But I can't wait for the World Cup. I can't wait to see the Chelsea players play well. But really, it's the best tournament in football. What are my thoughts on Benitez? I don't really want to say that because it's a family show, innit? That was the least enjoyable season I've had watching Chelsea, apart from Amsterdam. I think I appreciate that he is a good manager, and Newcastle would be absolutely nuts to let him go. But yeah, that didn't work, and it's one of these things that is far more about not things on the pitch, but things off the pitch, and his relationship with the club, and his relationship with the fans, and his refusal to kind of get involved with the club and their fans. And it's a lot more emotive subject than did this team win this game. Mauro Icardi, again, that's one that we've seen linked. I think Icardi's going to be out of our price budget. The one that I have seen mentioned a lot is Lewandowski, and I would be over the moon. I didn't think in my wildest dreams that Chelsea would get Lewandowski this summer. I still don't, but it does look closer than it possibly might have been. I think if we're here 2 months ago and you say Chelsea are going to take Bayern Munich's main striker, you'd have laughed. But no, that would be a great one. The other one that I really want, and this isn't anything that I know. I'd love to see Cavani play at Chelsea. I really would. He's open to leaving PSG. We've got some players that PSG might well want, and I would love to see Cavani. But and these players. Look, I'm getting sort of comments here. Yes, these players aren't those ones that Chelsea generally signing at the minute, sort of 23, 24-year-olds. But you know what? If Lewandowski's 29, he scored 41 goals in the last 2 seasons. Like, I don't care if he's 29. I mean, I think at some point you've got to stop looking at the resale value. What's been our best signing this season? It's been Giroud. What resale value does that have? Not a lot. But you need, we're playing at the very, very top level here. You need players that are going to come in and hit it straight from the off. I mean, we've seen the players of that age group, that 23, 22-year-old age group, they've come in and they've struggled. Morata and Bakayoko, they're the sort of club signings in terms of, not in terms of that the manager didn't want them, but in terms of, they fit the profile of the signings that the club want. And those are the ones that struggled. And someone like Giroud, who has had, I appreciate he's not the ideal first choice man, even though I think he's done fantastically. He's come in with 100 Premier League goals to his name or whatever it is, played in every competition, played up top for Arsenal, and he's come in and done really well. So, I mean, I think there's got to be a middle ground. I don't think you can just say, oh well, he's 29. We don't want him. Ollie is going mad. He's asked me about 10 times. Sean Dyche Chelsea. Sorry, I have been seeing it. I've been talking about something else, prattling on. I think Sean Dyche has done a fantastic job at Burnley. Chelsea have not had an English manager since I started going in 1995. 95-96. The first manager I saw at Chelsea was Glenn Hoddle, and obviously he left in 1996, and I haven't seen one since. And I do think it would be a good thing, but I just feel like there is so much scrutiny at Chelsea, and I don't think someone's just said there. Why would Sean Dyche do any worse job than Jardim or Sarri? And frankly, I don't think there's any argument that he would do. I just feel, and it's a ridiculous thing. I just feel it's one of those sort of unfashionable appointments getting the Burnley manager, and say it doesn't go well. Say 10 games in, we're 10 points off the top of the league, and things start to go wrong, and the finger is going to be pointed one way, and it's a ridiculous thing to think, because you should just be going on merit. But if Chelsea appointed Sean Dyche, there's part of me that would be happy, but I just feel like if it started to go wrong, I don't think that would be a situation that would hang around much longer. How are you, Charles? Okay, guy, I'm very well, thank you, mate. What do you think about Willian and Martial possible swap? I've already said I think I don't really want to see Willian go to Man United, but if Chelsea can replace Willian's place in the squad with Martial, we've had an absolute blinder. He's much younger. I think he's a wonderful player that's hit some sort of tough times at United, and I think it'd be a dream signing for me. What about Jody Morris? Look, Jody Morris has done fantastic things at the youth system. I obviously saw Jody Morris play a lot. I'm a big fan of him now. I watched his youth teams in action. I think they're great. He's a proper Chelsea man. He's only from the North End Road, which is, well, it's not far from my flat, but it's even close to Stamford Bridge. And oh yeah, Corey, you've got to love these faceless trolls on Twitter. Yeah, I was getting abused this morning. I had to dig someone out, but it was quite funny. Sorry, what was I talking about? Jody Morris. Again, it's the same principle with Sean Dyche for me. I think it'd be a great appointment, and hopefully you'd like to think the fans at least would give him time. But a few bad results, and it's what's Jody Morris done? Why is he here? Why didn't we give the job to Allegri or whoever? So I think it would be a bold move from the club. I think it'd be a cheap move from the club, which is kind of what they want. I mean, you're seeing this situation down the road in North London at Arsenal, where they're looking like Mikel Arteta, who's never managed a Premier League club. Obviously, is going to it could well take over. I think it's going to either be him or Unai Emery, and again, it's a very rare thing that two of the very top clubs are searching for managers, and if there's 10 people on each of those shortlists, 8 of them are the same, and it's what's happening. I'm seeing Arsenal signed Emery. Sorry, I'm logged on in a while. I was at work from 7 o'clock till 5:30, and I walked home and haven't been on. If that's actually true, I'm going to log on and find that out. Get Ancelotti back. Well, Ancelotti's going to Napoli, I believe. Also, I feel Ancelotti is a fantastic manager of teams with a load of stars in it. Teams, with the double winning team we had. Look, it was Terry, Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, Petr Cech, Michael Ballack, and he's very good at creating a situation where those huge characters experience. Here we go. Sorry about that, everyone. My Wi-Fi went off. It's 100% Chelsea time. Seems like. Yeah, all right. 3 players out: Hazard, Morata, and Bakayoko. Yeah. Well, look, I'm very sorry, team. My Wi-Fi went out, so I've just restarted it. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Arsenal have got Emery. It looks like. I think that's a fascinating appointment. I'm not really sure he wins them the league, but I do think that it'd be really interesting after Wenger. Are you all right, mate? It was my Wi-Fi. People saying I messed up. It wasn't my fault. But who's your dream manager for Chelsea? Who do you think? Should we sell Hazard or keep Hazard? You've got to keep Hazard. I feel. He's a fantastic player. He's one of the most talented players I've seen play for Chelsea. And I think that Red Army TV is an Arsenal fan. So hello, mate. What do you think of Emery? I'm really interested here. You shouldn't sack Conte. On the pitch, I probably agree with you. Masonda, Ollie's asking. Look, Charlie Masonda is a very, very talented player who seems to have a bit of an attitude problem from kind of what I can make of it. As soon as he went to Celtic on loan, he was meant to be like changing Celtic's season. And see, Red Army TV says great appointment, promising. Oh, that's on Emery, by the way. He's an Arsenal fan. And then he unfollowed all the Chelsea players on Instagram or something like that. I know it's a bit petty. We're seeing a lot of pettiness on Instagram recently. And And then he ended up getting 7 games for Celtic. And you know I don't think Brendan Rodgers was kind of too impressed on his of his attitude, or you know, if you can't get in that Celtic team, you're not a Chelsea player. You are not a Chelsea player at all. And you know he's nowhere near. He's not even in the provisional Belgium side, which you know, and he was there or thereabouts in the squad this time last year. So look, you know, I don't think it's anyone else. There's nothing else anyone can say about him. We got cut off again. I'm going to wrap this up now because obviously I don't want to cutting out again. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Please make sure you go and subscribe, and there'll be loads of videos this week. There'll be loads of videos throughout the summer, and we're really looking forward to you know, keeping you guys updated with everything that's going on. Obviously, it's a huge summer for Chelsea. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you soon.